Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So, I have been doing my Manfa thing and I have a couple of new books to show you. Now, we're not going to do super intensive book looks. But one of them that I am going to show you today is going to be the book look for later this month in a couple of weeks' time. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Manfa. I'm addicted to collecting yarn. I'm addicted to crochet, but I'm also addicted to buying pattern books. And patterns of any description, to be fair, because I have hundreds of magazines, thousands of digital patterns, and quite a large, extensive library of books. My bookcase is overflowing. I don't have enough storage, but yet I keep buying, just like I do this gorgeous stuff behind me as well. I don't mind though. What a beautiful problem to have, right? And I feel lucky that I'm in a position to be able to do that. So I am going to show you the book that we're not going to do a book look on this month first. We will eventually do a book look on it, just not this month. Because if you were here last year, I tried to do 24 goals for 2024. I in no way near got close to getting those 24 goals done. But one of the things on there, and again, one of the things I didn't get done, was I have never made a pair of crochet socks. Now, picture the scene, guys. I'm in bed. I'm scrolling. I go on Amazon. I start scrolling. And one thing that I love to do when I am on Amazon is to look at the crochet pattern books. And I stumbled across this beauty, which may mean that one day I do in fact make a pair of crochet socks, because I got crochet socks that rock. Oh yeah. And just look at the ones on the front. So super cool. And it's a beginner's guide to quick and comfortable crochet socks. It is by Anna Nikopirowicz. And I still don't know if I'm saying her name right. Because again, if you've been here a while, if you were here for the 2-year-long crochet along that well, not a crochet along, but the 2-year-long segment I did here on my channel called Tile of the Week Thursday, Anna Nikopirowicz was one of the designers in that book. She did several of the tiles. And I don't think I was a big fan. Shh. But they were tiles. These are socks. So these might be much more pleasurable and enjoyable. Now, I've heard mixed reviews on crochet socks. Some people say that they're just too thick, too clunky. You can feel them too much on your feet. They're not that... they're not that comfortable. Knitted socks are the way forward. Guys, if I could invest my time into learning how to knit socks, I would. But it ain't going to happen till I'm retired, okay? I'm just putting it out there. So I thought, well, surely this is somebody that has done crochet socks that rock. And surely there is a market out there for crochet socks. So I'm going to go for it. I mean... those beautiful mosaic ones on the front were just eye-catching to begin with. Look at some of the others on the back. Stunning. And it's all crochet. So, we may start ticking off some of these goals that I've had for a long time. Your to-do list, your make to-do list. And this book's great. It really does walk you through it. But the patterns, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different patterns for socks. So, all different styles, all different constructions. Absolutely gorgeous. And a lot of them do use sock weight, so between a 1 and a 2 weight. Just going to show you some of the gorgeous photos in here. because we will do a proper book look at some point. I have no idea, guys, when I'm going to get around to making any of these. But I've got the book, I've got the yarn, I've got the tools, I've got every element ready. It's just whether I find time. So it starts off, the first pattern is the basic sock. Yeah, and that seems like a good place for Manfa to start. It's cuff down with a heel flap. Just the terminology heel flap gives me a bit of anxiety. But I am going to give it a go. And it might mean that I finally have to fight my terror and ball up my hanks. Use my Swift and get my hanks. But there are some gorgeous, gorgeous socks in here. I mean, look at these with the cable in, guys. I'm not going to show you all of them until we do the book look. But this is as equally exciting as it is terrifying. Not going to lie. Look at the colour work on those. Don't know how I'm going to feel about them because I'm not a fan of like the whole tapestry intarsia techniques. But you never know. You never know. Oh my gosh. I don't think these are... No, this pattern on the front in the pink and the grey. You know I love it because I'm Manfa. My favourite colour, one of my favourite colours is pink. But Manfa also loves a gorgeous rainbow. And they've done them in rainbow there. Now that's a Manfa pair of socks any day of the week as well, isn't it, eh? So... at some point in my future, I am going to have to put my big girl pants on. And I'm going to have to use my Swift, skein up some of my posh hanks, and finally make myself a gorgeous pair of crochet socks. So this is for the future. This might actually be a 2026 thing. Who knows? But Crochet Socks That Rock by Anna Nikopurowicz. I got it from Amazon. Not sponsored or affiliated. Anna doesn't know I'm doing this. It's a David and Charles book, publisher book. I'm excited and terrified all at the same time. So there's the first book that I wanted to show you that I got. And slightly different because most of Manfa's crochet library pattern books. Crochet. That doesn't sound right in my head. Most of my library of crochet pattern books are amigurumi. Most of the books I show in my label, my libraries, in my book looks, in my acquisitions are amigurumi. So I actually went out of my normal wheelhouse and bought a book about socks. I mean, is that personal growth? Who knows? But speaking of amigurumi, I pre-ordered this book back in April. And it arrived. By the time you're seeing this, I will have had this in my possession 2 to 3 weeks. It has been really hard to sit on my hands and not get on here as soon as it arrived and do an in-depth book look like I did with one of her other books. You may have seen this floating around the YouTube streets because, like I said, pre-ordered it in April but didn't arrive until September. Other people have got this and are really excited about it. And I can tell you, I understand why they're excited. And actually, for the first time in a long time, Mike took one look and he was like, oh, they're cool. I might like one for my work desk. I said, well, you know how to crochet. You make one for your work desk. And he went, I haven't picked up crochet for about 2 years now. I'm like, well, it's a good place to start. I don't think he will. I think he will expect me to make it for him. And if I ever get around to it, I will. But I've got so much that I want to make. See, I gave you a sneaky peek. Crochet Snails and Mushroom Sprites by Megan Lapp, also known as Crafty Intentions. Now, you guys know that I have her monsters and I've made a monster from it. You guys know I've got the Impkin book because I've made several Impkins. In fact, that was a collaboration last year here on this channel. There was a lot of Impkins made. But now this is her latest one. And do you know, right at the back of the book, you can see some of the other books that she's released. And I have got all of them, apart from her very first one. I still do not have this one. I will one day. I will. But yes, this is the latest publication from Megan Lapp, Crafty Intentions. Crochet your own cottagecore mushroom riders and snail steeds with tons of options for snail shells, mushroom caps and more. So I did a very in-depth book look on the Impkin book when I got it. And basically this is set up in the same way. This is a build your own type thing. Again, guys, there's lots of different types of caps, lots of different bodies, lots of different snails, lots of different shells, all of the elements. There's lots of different options and you can build your own. Create your own mushroom sprite and your own snail from your imagination using colours that your hearts desire. The options are just endless. Here you go. Here's the back of the book. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, there are 3 sizes of snail in here. There's the small, the medium, and the giant, I think. Let's have a look. Small snails, medium snails, giant snails. And then you've got saddles and other accessories. And honestly, guys, there are different arms for the mushrooms, different feet and legs, different bodies, different caps. There is so much within this book and all of the pictures are absolutely stunning. He's reading about the monsters, look. Totally cute. But there are a couple of photos in here that I just really need to show you. They really captured my imagination and really captured Mike's imagination. So let me see if I can find them quickly for you. Come on, where are you? Bear with me, guys. I'm going as quick as I can without losing my train of thought. Here we go. There's no. This one. This one down here really made me giggle. Say mush, mush. Because he is in a little sleigh and he's being pulled by 4 snails like you would huskies in the cold places. That just really made me chuckle. I love that. Absolutely love that. Really does spark your imagination, doesn't it? And here we go. Here are some different mushroom dudes riding their snail steeds. And then the snail that Mike fell in love with because of the colourway was such a really thick book. Was the black and the red. That gorgeous guy down there. Don't know if he wants the sparkly bits, but black and red caught Mike's imagination. And then the one that caught my imagination, and this will come as no surprise to you guys at all, is, was it that one? Yeah, I think it was that one. Black and Rainbow. Look at that cool fella. Absolutely amazing. But there are so many detailed pictures in here. Look, this dude's trying to lasso his snail. It's just such a gorgeous book, and she goes into so much detail. She really does go in depth. Amazing. Amazing. This is not beginner friendly crochet, guys. Not at all. But so worth it. They can be quite labour intensive makes. They can be quite intense, complex makes. But the end result is just phenomenal. Where were the other photos I wanted to show you? I think I've gone past them. So let's just show some other pictures. Here you go. Mushroom family photo. How cute. And then what other beautiful mushrooms can I show you? Look at him. Gorgeous. It's just whimsical. It's woodland. It's fairies. These aren't fairies, obviously. Oh my God, if she made a fairy book. Could you imagine? Look at these dudes here. Just chilling out. But we will do a much deeper, in-depth look at this gorgeousness, I promise you. He's cool. I like him. These two, look. Now, in real life, I don't like mushrooms to eat. Not my bag at all, not my jam. But I have just fallen in love with the idea of making mushroom sprites. And the idea of them riding on the back of snails just sparks. Like, when I was a little girl, if I went for a walk through the woods, I would imagine little fairies that live in little wooden doors in the trees, and, you know, all of the creatures and things that would meet up, and they might use a toadstool as like the centre table, and they're all on smaller mushrooms around having like little meetings, and just magic and wonder and little girl wonderment has been unlocked by this idea. Now, I doubt Megan Lapp is ever going to see any of my videos, and that is okay. But if she does, I would beg and implore her to maybe think of a fairy collection, because the little girl in me would just die with happiness. I mean, she's half dead with this, don't get me wrong. But if we had a fairy collection to go with these, what magical, enchanting, whimsical gorgeousness could you create, honestly? So there you go. There's my 2 new books. We will look at them in more depth in the future on the channel. Let me know, have you got either of these books? Have you made anything from either of these books yet? Are you thinking about getting either of these books? I got them both from Amazon. Again, not sponsored or affiliated. Now, Megan Lapp books are quite pricey. I mean, on the back here it says $32.95 US, but for the hundreds and hundreds of variations that you can make with these patterns, and it is a big old book with gorgeous photos, you could be making mushroom sprites and snails for the rest of your life and probably never make one of every kind you could. So it is worth every penny. There is a lot of work, a lot of just amazing creativeness and designs in there, that it is worth every penny to me. And yes, they are my most expensive pattern books, but to me, they are core pieces that you need in your library if you are an amigurumi fan. And if you're not, that's okay. But I hope if I do make stuff from there, you'll still come along and check out what I've made, because there are people out there that make things that I'm not keen on making, but I still enjoy watching other people when they make them, because I haven't had to, but I can still appreciate the work and the beauty that has gone into them. But yeah, I am so super excited. Cannot wait, but I need to get a few things off of my to-do list before I can dive into them. But maybe that'll give me the motivation to spur me on and get stuff done. You never know. Right, guys, I am going to let you get going. You should be seeing this on Wednesday, so please come back on Friday for my crafty catch-up for the week, so I can fill you in on all the bits and bobbles that I've managed to get done for the week. And yeah, I hope the week is treating you well. Thanks for spending some of your time with me. I will see you Friday. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Oh, and happy 1st of October. We're in another new month. The year's flying by. Oh my gosh. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.